Buenas tardes a todos and welcome back to the channel. So back in sunny Spain after a couple of weeks in Scotland. Hope you enjoyed the videos while I was there. Tried to keep posting some stuff for you while I was gone. So back in beautiful sunny Spain, so decided to get back out and get some more videos for you. So today I'm in Cabo de Palos, which is just south of Cartagena and further south of Los Alcázares. It's probably about half an hour, 40 minutes in the car, but it really is a beautiful little spot to come and spend the day. So let's have a wander and see what's going on here. This is Sunday, the day I'm filming is Sunday. Just starting off down by, not really the beach, it's just the sort of harbour side here. And this is a big centre for water sports. Lots and lots of scuba diving here. It's one of the things on or my list. Trisha's fancies it, but I don't know if she'll go through with it, but certainly one of the things on my list is to go and do scuba diving. I've had a wee trial lesson in the past and it's been fantastic. And then I did a little session with the sand tiger sharks in the Sea Life Centre at South Queensferry, but I fancy doing it proper in the sea because it looks fantastic. So just to come down to the harbour here, there's a big yacht just heading out. Wonder where they're going. So it's a Cabo de Palos registered boat, or it's got that written on it. So anyway, you can see here, there's some restaurants here. I'm going to take a walk round the harbour and show you what's here. But it really is a fantastic little place. It's one of our favourites to just come and spend the day. I'm going to walk up round the harbour now and show you what's going on around there. Hope you enjoy it. Just walking back up towards the harbour and Marina, I should say, and I just spotted further along here, there is just a little bit of a beach here. I wonder if it will show up in the video. Let's have a wee look. So yeah, you can see there is a little bit of a beach, not much, and some of these properties are right on the beach. What a fantastic place to live. But sadly, I'm fairly confident in saying that these will all be holiday homes. They won't be living in them all year, which obviously all adds to the housing crisis. I mean, look at these little ones here. Look at these little houses. First line beach, they would be called, and there's no beach, but they're fantastic little houses right on the front there. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the Marina. Now we're right in the height of the tourist season now. It's coming up for the end of July, and we're moving into the big August holiday month. Now August is the big month for the Spanish. Quite a lot of places just shut down completely in August in Spain. So if any of you are looking to get visa appointments or TIE card appointments, it's almost impossible in August because everywhere just shuts down, so keep that in mind. So here you go, look at this little marina here. Fabulous little marina, and a huge variation in the type of boats that's here. You can see by all the masts that these are all yachts, so primarily powered by the wind. And then there's lots of little sort of cabin cruisers and launches and stuff. So just opposite we have the Santa Maria del Mar. So that's the little church here. It is a Sunday, but I'm surprised that's not open. I wonder why. Do you know why it's not open? So I'm not going to walk round this actual side of the marina. I want to walk along past the little restaurants and bars. So you can actually see what's here if you come out for the day. Now, parking is a nightmare. During July and August it's virtually impossible to get parked. You'll drive around forever. So I've just nipped along on my trusty Harley so I can make sure I can squeeze it in somewhere. The good thing about having a motorbike in Spain is they can park it anywhere and nobody bothers. Look at this. Somebody's parked their little scooter here just on the footpath next to a building, and there's no traffic wardens who are going to come along, put a sticker on it and try and fine you. It's perfectly acceptable to park pretty much anywhere you like. So at the start of this we have a couple of the dive centres, very, very popular, all different kind of courses. That's a little tourist office, and then we get the first of these little bars, and they're all busy, which is fantastic. And you'll see lots of scuba diving gear sitting around here, so people have either been out or are just about to go out. Isn't it fabulous? Look at all these little bars here, all full. Then we get this one here, which for some reason is empty. I don't know why. What's that? Yemanja. I wonder why it's empty. Let's have a wee look. Hola. So obviously it's seafood focused. Starters from $2.50 up to €19 for octopus if you're an octopus fan. Then you've got meat and cheese boards, main courses. So anything from pastrami at 12, spaghetti bolognese at €10, up to pork cheeks and red wine at 16. Then some salads, baguettes, desserts. So they don't appear to have a menu del dia, which I suppose is what lots of people are looking for. This looks to be a bigger restaurant that is closed, shut down. What used to be here? Ah, it's an ice cream shop. It's an ice cream shop. Now it's saying it's closed on Wednesdays, but it's obviously a weekend and it's not open, so I suspect it's shut down. Is it shut down? Do you know? Let us know in the comments. Little pop-up bar it looks like here. Not many people around. Pickles. If you fancy a quick beer and pickles, there's a place to go. And then we've got another dive centre. A big PADI registered dive centre. And all the diving gear everywhere. So that's the first little bit. You can see there's a couple of little bars tucked away in the side streets. It's always worthwhile, wherever you are in Spain. If you're looking for something to eat or to get a coffee or a cold drink, it's always worthwhile wandering 2 or 3 streets in from the main area, because you'll get some cracking deals. It's much cheaper off the main tourist areas. Look at these little houses here, just facing the marina. So we'll cross over here because there's nothing else on this side of the road except a little police station, and start to get a feel for the actual marina itself. So it looks like they're putting up some barriers, so there's obviously some kind of event happening later. Don't know what it is. It's in Cabo de Palos, if you know. What date are we on? It's Sunday, and it's the 27th. This is filmed on Sunday, the 27th of July. So we've got a nice little bar here, Puertofino. Nice spot for lunch. We've actually eaten in there before. A few months ago actually, we came up and spent a day here and made a lovely wee lunch and a glass of wine, and then we walked it off before heading back home. Looks like a little yacht chandler here. This is a fairly big car park. but as I say, it does fill up really, really quickly. So if you're intending to come to Cabo de Palos by car on a Sunday, you better come early, because otherwise you'll just not get in. So I'm going to skate round the outside here. And we'll walk down the other side. And then once I've done that, what I plan to do is there's an interesting lighthouse, which is, it's only 5 minutes up the road if you're driving. So obviously I'm on the bike. So you go, someone else, like just dump your motorbike anywhere and nobody cares. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll nip along to the lighthouse and include it in this video. So a couple of little nautical clubs here. I wonder if I can get round the other side. I'm sure I can. And that's the other side of that. That's the other side of the little yacht chandlers and boat builder, it looks like. A couple of old ones in there, looks like they haven't seen the water for many, many years. And are never likely to see the water again, sadly. It's always a shame when a boat gets taken out of the water and it doesn't know that it's never going to get back in it again, because its only purpose in life is to be on the water. I know boats don't have feelings, but it's just a shame. Look at that one there. That's not been in the water for a long time. It's just absolutely covered in sand and dust. What a shame. Anyway, let's walk down the other side and then we'll nip up to the lighthouse. So I'm just walking down the other side of the marina here. And I'll seize this opportunity to say a big thanks and a big hello to all the viewers and subscribers who have touched base with me. We just got back yesterday. We nipped into Mercadona and we met a guy, Andy. I'm sure it was Andy, and Mandy. I never quite heard it, so I apologise if I get that wrong. But they met me in Mercadona and said hello. And then when we were in Edinburgh having our lunch, I went in the toilet and a guy said to me, "Oh, you're Duncan, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, how do you know that?" He says, "We watch all your videos." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, we've got a place in Los Alcázares." I can't remember the name. I think it was maybe Rob and Colleen. But again, forgive me if I've got that wrong. But we had a wee chat for a minute, and they often come over to Los Alcázares, so no doubt I'll bump into them. So, if you see me out and about, which I often am, just come up and say hello. And if you don't mind, I'll take a wee selfie, and we can add them into the video for you. Hopefully that's okay with you. And fine, if you don't want to get in the video, that's fine as well. But please just say hello. So just coming down the other side here. Looks like there's a couple of restaurants. Yep, so El Faro Restaurante. Let's have a wee look at their menu. So the menus are all in British and German and French. So that's normally a good indicator of the type of people who they get here. So unfortunately the light is reflecting off the window. So fried vegetables $7.90, fried grilled squid $12.90, clams and garlic $16.90, octopus $17.90. So again, understandably very heavily fish-based menu. Then you've got different rice dishes at the top there, mixed paella, seafood and chicken €14 per portion. Different fish dishes, meat dishes, entrecote, 3-pepper sauce, chicken curry with white rice, $13.90. So they've got a range of things here. But again, no menu del dia. And they also say miércoles cerrado, so closed on Wednesdays. So keep that in mind. Looks like Wednesday's the big day for closing here. Can't see the name of this little place here. But again, another little restaurant. Let me just see if it's underneath. It obviously is. Terraza del Mar. A couple of little things tucked away up the side street. And then we're just coming down here to the bottom of the other side of the marina. And they have this big Restaurante Miramar. Looks nice. Don't see many people in it. Maybe it's not open yet. Maybe it doesn't open till later for lunch. There are a couple of people just heading out on their jet ski. Just ready to go for a blast. A little sign here, so excursions charter privado, so sailing trips and private charters. 28 euros for an adult and 14 for a child. And you go around, looks like 2 hours, yeah, 2 hours, and the kids have to be 12. So a little jet ski there, and then another little motor launch just heading out. So the Restaurante Miramar has staff inside it, but not many people outside it. And then there's a little stalls being set up, selling various bric-a-brac. See, I've never been round here. I didn't even know this part was here. So again, plenty of little restaurants. This is all Restaurante Miramar. And there's nobody here. Why not? Why is nobody in Restaurante Miramar? It's a beautiful day for lunch. I would say it's now kind of lunchtime-ish, but there's nobody here. Then we have this little bar, Islas Hormigas. People sitting there having a drink. Nice little spot for a beer. More people sitting here having a cold drink. CP8. Restaurante. And little ice cream shop. Property for sale. Is it worthwhile looking at that? Let's have a wee look. So these are all, so 325,000. So that looks like Ático de lujo con vistas espectaculares. So that looks like it's an attic apartment with spectacular views. 340 square metres, 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms. So yeah, that's your thing. Then we've got 325 grand, another one of these. So these are all sort of penthouse apartments with a big balcony or a roof terrace. That one at the bottom there. There's a villa for you, 695,000. 806 square metres. 5 rooms, 3 bathrooms and a pool. So here we have another big restaurant. There you can see another group of scuba divers just coming in there on the big rib. So yeah, so a big restaurant, La Tana, that looks like. Some of these fonts can be difficult to read, but it looks like La Tana. And then up the little left-hand side here, little side street leading back up to the town. And again, you can see loads of motorbikes and scooters just dumped anywhere you like. Looks nice in there. That looks really nice actually in there. And bizarrely, it's a beautiful day outside and you're in the shade. And yet, people are inside, obviously for the air conditioning. It's much, much cooler indoors. But I have to say, sitting here by the sea here, it's a lovely sea breeze coming in. And if I was going to eat, I'd be eating outside, I have to say that. So just coming along the bottom here to finish off. It looks like another big restaurant here. There's a little one on my left here, I never caught the name of that, we'll get it on the way down. So this one is Cabo de Palos, Mediterranean restaurant. Again, very fish focused. They're all about the same sort of prices, so I'm not going to do another menu. You'll get the gist of it. You're obviously going to pay a little bit more here than you would pay in the more touristy resorts. And we have the restaurant El Pez Rojo. There we go. That's the last one here. Again, very, very quiet. So there's just constantly boats coming and going here. So it's nice to see this marina is being used and lots of the boats aren't just tied up, never to see the water again. So anyway, let's just pick up this last little restaurant and then we'll head back. Voila. We'll pick off the lighthouse that I talked about. So just up to the right, takes you again into the town. There'll be some little bars and restaurants in there which will be a bit cheaper if you're looking for a cheap lunch. And this is La Taberna del Puerto. The pub on the port, roughly translated. So rather than walk back around the marina, I think we'll cut up through this little side street just to see if there's anything worth looking at. Those of you who've been watching my videos will know that I sometimes try and have a little wander just off the main drag to see what we can see. Because you sometimes miss stuff if you just stick to the main tourist parts. I mean, look at this here, just behind me here. I know it's not going to show up in the video, but this is a little fish mongers. Fresh fish. The smell of fish is fantastic, and there's big blocks of ice just running down the street. We've got another. In fact, it's the fishmonger's shop. What a great shop. Let me whiz the camera around. Didn't even know this was here either. So look at the size of this fishmonger's. Fantastic, massive big fishmongers, fresh fish. And it's open on a Sunday as well. What a great place to come and buy fish. I must keep that in mind. So there's the hours, Tuesday to Sunday, 8:30 till 1:30. So we're obviously coming up to that time now, so it's just closing. But yeah, keep that in mind if you're looking for some fresh fish. It looks like you'll get every kind of fish under the sun here, or under the sea really. Up under the sea, no under the sun, you plonker. So yeah, so the traffic's all backing up a little bit here. Little Spar supermarket. There's a Amura, a Ristorante and Rooftop. All these little places that you just would never find. Obviously getting a bit quieter up here. La Marinera, Cabo de Palos. So there you go, that's a proper Spanish little place. And people would walk past it. Lolita is open. Jaloque, Cabo de Palos, little bar. So it's, they've actually got some seats out on the other side. I think I'm coming up around the back end here. So we might just wander round the other side to get a quick look at it. As I've obviously caught the tradesman's entrance as I've come round that way. Yeah, we'll get a quick look here and then we'll head back, get the bike and go up to the lighthouse. So there you go. Wait, I missed all of this, look at this. Again, another fantastic little restaurants. These are beautiful. It's a really, really nice little spot. You come and sit and have a lunch. Great, really, these are brilliant. I love these kind of traditional little Spanish places rather than the big chains. Yeah, in fact, just spotted something out the corner of my eye, so I'm going to cross the road here. So I'm at the crossing, so let's see who stops. There you go. Always got to be careful at the crossings in Spain, so don't assume people will stop. They should, but they often don't. So here you go, little side street, just dump your motorbike. Just dump your scooter anywhere you like. And then look at out the other side. Didn't know this was here either. Wow. Wow, never even knew Cabo de Palos had a beach. This is another video on its own. What a fantastic beach. Look at that. Stretches all the way around there, at least a couple of kilometres. And obviously that's it, picking up on the start of La Manga. Superb, lots of people in the water cooling down. And I've got to say, for a Sunday, this beach doesn't look really busy. And there's the spot, look at that. There's the spot. Sit right there with a cold beer on the beach. Just living your life. That's what life's all about, isn't it? Living your life and forgetting about the rat race if you can. And I know I've said this in a few of my videos, but if you're only working because you've got into the habit of working and you could retire and you don't, you've got some misguided loyalty to your employer, just look at the options. You could be living a life, doing what you want to do when you want to do it, instead of trading time for money in that old time for money trap, the old hamster wheel. So just in the distance there's the lighthouse. And I'm going to head round there and try and park the bike somewhere and get a look at it. But I didn't even know this was here. We've been to Cabo de Palos a few times, and we've stayed at the harbour. Never came to this beach at all. So that's a real good find for me, I'm pleased about that. Maybe we'll come back another day and do a video right along there. Who knows? So we've got a wee plane just flying overhead here. See if I can get it in the shot. Don't know if I will. He's advertising something. Don't know what it is. Can't really make it out. So some event it's on anyway. No, I'm glad I found this. This is fabulous. Fabulous beach. Isn't that beautiful? And what an unexpected and great find. Now we've lived here, that's 2.5 years now. And you know, we've gone exploring. And I never even knew this beach was here. I knew there was a beach at La Manga, but I had no idea that it actually stretched right round here to Cabo de Palos. So there you go. Surprises even now, after all this time. So I'm just going to wander back down to where the bike's parked and head back up this road behind me, up to the lighthouse, and I'll let you see what it's like up there. Just as I'm walking back round to the bike, there's something else I noticed. Or, in fact, I didn't notice until I thought about it. Look at this. Where are all the looky-looky men? There's no looky-looky men in Cabo de Palos. Wonder why that is. Is it a case that the police here just jump on them that quick? Is there rules preventing looky-looky men selling? I don't know, do you know? There's the big question for this video. Why are there no looky-looky men in Cabo de Palos? Do you know why? If you know why, let us know in the comments. So just as I was heading back round to the bike, I thought maybe we should call in for a cold beer somewhere on the way. Or do we wait until we're heading back? I don't know. Decisions. That's probably one of the hardest decisions I'll have to make this month, is whether to have a beer now or wait till I get back later. It's a tough old life living in Spain, you know. You just don't realise the struggles that we have to face when we live here. I'm sure you get it. And I also should mention that just 2 minutes walk up from the marina, on the way down into Cabo de Palos on the main road, there is a little strip of bars and restaurants here as well. They're just, as I say, 2 minutes from the marina. I'll just whiz the camera around and let you get a better look at that. So you can see there, that's a few there. I'm just getting the shade, it might show up a bit better. There you go. So you can see a few bars and restaurants with nice outdoor seating there. And then just across the road at the corner there's one which I can't see in this video, but there is what appears to be a really nice restaurant here on the corner. Excuse the traffic. El Rancho. Okay, so keep that in mind as well, that if you can't get anything at the Marina Harbour, just 2 minutes walk up the road, there's a few others up here as well. So I hope that's useful. So I've just come round to the end where the lighthouse is, just further up the coast, a couple of minutes up the road in a car or on the bike. But I just wanted to show you this and finish off the video at this part of the beach. So have a look at this. So up there is the lighthouse, and I'm not going to climb up there today. The views from it are pretty good actually, but you'll get the gist of it. So if I just pan down, got this lovely little bit of beach. Now it's more like tiny little stones and rocks than sand, but it's a fantastic little cove. And look at people just enjoying their lives. You know, we were in Scotland for 3.5 weeks there, and we were lucky we caught good weather. On a couple of days, we had 4 or 5 days it rained, and it really just put a dent on your ability to do stuff. But look at the weather. Look at the weather here's fantastic. That water's crystal clear. I don't know if you can see that from the video, but we'll just pan round here. Lots of little boats out, people snorkeling, people on jet skis, people out on their little boats, people living a life. Does it make you want to chuck in the towel and come and live in Spain like we did? Does it inspire you? Does it light a wee candle under you? I'm not going to walk all the way around there, but you can see there that that beach goes all the way around there. And then that piece of land out there, it goes out, is La Manga. Now there's a strip of land that gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And when you get to the end, there are properties who have one side of their house looking out onto the Med, and then at the back end looking out onto the Mar Menor. Sea views whichever way you go. They can watch the sunrise and they can watch the sunset from their houses. We almost bought one of those high-rise apartments, but the more we thought about it, you know, it was a nice holiday home but not a place to live. Just too far away from the airports and not much happening out of season. What do you think of that then? Does that wet your whistle? Could you see yourself doing stuff like this? Not just on a Sunday, on any day you like. No more than 9 till 5, which in actual fact for most people, when you include the commute, is 7 till 7. Out of the house 10 to 12 hours a day. Working hard. to earn more money just to get a bigger mortgage and more debt and bigger car payments. It is mad when you think about it, isn't it? You know, we're living here on a modest income. I've now got my state pension, which is great. We've been just living off savings for a couple of years, and that people say, oh, you're lucky to do that. But you know, it's nothing to do with luck, it was just careful planning. We had a plan and we put it in place a few years ago to make it happen. And these things don't happen overnight. You know, if you're thinking about it, just plan well in advance and make it happen. Maybe you could be strolling around these lovely little seaside towns anytime you like, grabbing a cold beer in the sunshine. It's not a bad wee life, is it? Anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you liked that one. Just, you know, do us a wee favour. Just click on the wee like and subscribe, and keep the channel growing. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers now. And I got a message from YouTube on Saturday, so yesterday, that the videos have now had 500,000 views. I can't quite get my head around that. So 500,000 views on a wee channel that I've just done, first of all to keep me busy, and then second of all to give you guys more information. So I hope you're still liking it. And on that note, time to head home. We'll see you all in the next video. Hasta luego.